Hi guys, first off I want to apologize for like the hot mess that is my hair and stuff right now. It's about 100 and something degrees outside, like it's borderline a little bit over 100 degrees, and I just threw up my hair and threw on this whatever, and I'm just gonna hang around the house today. This is like a preview for like my Sunday True Blood look because I filmed it today because it gets super busy on Sundays and weekends, so I figured if I film it on my day off I'll be golden uploaded on Sunday. So onto the purpose of this video. I always drop something. Kelsey, I will link her below, did a video on being colorblind and like a makeup junkie, and we had like a whole comment thing going on in one of her videos prior to that about the fact that I have no depth perception and she has no depth perception, or doesn't have much depth perception. So when she did her video, it kind of inspired me, you know, maybe I should make one of my own, because like it does affect my day-to-day life having no depth perception, including putting on makeup. So I just wanted to kind of like explain to you guys and stuff the difference, like this kind of my way of doing things, because the fact of this, I have no depth perception. So yeah, first I want to explain what that means, kind of. Just a little bit of backstory. I was born very premature, I think like 6.5 months or something like that. And I have something called, I think it's called septum optic nerve dysplasia. It's something crazy ridiculous, but what it really means is like the nerve that separates both halves of your brain isn't there, and that also like it makes it so I can only see out of one eye at one time. So my stronger eye is this one, I believe, yes. So that's why in tutorials I do this eye so I can close this eye and this eye becomes stronger. So when I put on makeup, this eye is always done better than this eye, because when this eye is closed I can't really see that good. So having that means I can't see in 3D. Essentially it's like, so if someone has an eye patch on, like you ever see someone, I don't know if you guys have seen somebody who wears an eye patch, they have no depth perception because they can only see out of one eye, and when you can only see out of one eye at a time, it kind of screws up like your depth and seeing things in 3D. So what that means is, the best way to explain it is, instead of seeing stairs like this, I see stairs like a slope. And my friends kind of crack jokes at me sometimes. Like, we went to IKEA once, and I don't know if all IKEAs are the same, but they had like this huge ramp going down it that you can put your cart on, and I'm standing there with the cart and they're like, Ashley, get on, and I'm like, I can't, it's an escalator, and they're like, no, it's a ramp. And it was like the best example for them to see how I see things. And in like elementary school and stuff, I had to count steps, because like our steps in our elementary school were metal, so I had to count the steps, and I know how many steps there are going into my house, there's 30. I know how many steps there are going into my best friend's house, there's 20 something, and I count all the steps so then I know not to trip or fall, basically. What it has to do with like beauty related, which is why I'm making this video, is when I first got into makeup, probably when I was like 15, 16 and wearing like eyeliner and stuff, I used to screw up so much, like especially with my bad eye. Like I would close it and it would just be like, phoom, because I can't see how far away I am from things. In fact, there's a joke at my work when like I try to explain to somebody, I was like, try to poke me in the eye, I won't see it coming, like I won't blink or anything. So when I'm trying to put on eyeliner, I had to like train myself basically on like how far away to put it, and I had to like just kind of tell by trying to get it as close to the eyeline as possible. That's one thing, along with this eye always comes out better than that eye. Another thing is I have to always use a light hand with everything, which means I don't really like using powder, like especially like powder foundation. If I do, I like using translucent ones because you can't really tell it's that cakey. Like for instance, I have probably, I'm trying to get it out, very little powders. Like I think I have 2. All I have. I have this one, which is the Fit Me, and the Revlon one, and then I have my transparent one from the complexion perfection one that you guys see me use all the time. And when I use it, I just use one of these brushes or any other brush, and I have to use like the lightest hand possible so it doesn't come out cakey, because I can't tell how much I'm putting on. The same thing goes for eyeshadow, but for eyeshadow it's a little bit different, because like if you put a lot on, you can't really tell that bad. But yeah. That's one thing is, and that's why I don't use blush that often. I have like 3 blushes, but what I realize is the best kind of blush for me is these like from Hard Candy, the mineralized ones, and I think like Milani makes them, is because you can put them on and you can put them on with like a light hand, but you can't tell that you're like wicked caked on. You like, it blends really easy and it's just easier to put it on and you're not gonna look like a clown. So that's why I love these. If I do use blushes, it's very light and very any. Same things go for bronzers. It's very hit or miss with me. If I can put it on and I can know that it doesn't look that cakey and like I get used to it, I just stick with it because I know how to work it. I had to basically train myself to kind of do my makeup. It was very hit or miss and it was very hard for me to learn. Like, I used to constantly, when I first started using like the little thingies, would like miss and poke myself in the eye. I'm thinking that's why I can't do the cat eye that well. I'm blaming it on my depth perception because I can't really like get it right. I'm trying to think like on like what else it is. It's mostly just powders and stuff because it gets, you can't really tell how much you're putting on. That's kind of why I like liquid foundation, because you can put a little bit more on, and I don't like full coverage ones because then you don't look that cakey if you put a little bit more of like the low of like medium coverage. That's just what I've noticed, and what like if I think I have more. I used to use Revlon Color Stay and I hated it, and everyone hated it on me because I always used to put too much of it on because I can't really tell. I can feel oh, that feels like too much. Easier with the liquid foundations than I can with the powders. A lot of people ask, well, how can you want to cut hair and do hair if you have no depth perception? Well, I've been cutting my own hair since I was 13 years old, so I can feel and I can see. It's just I'm not 100% no depth perception. I think like I can see somewhat in 3D, like I can see shadows and stuff, which makes it easy, but I just kind of trained myself. Like, it's easy to train yourself when you can touch and feel things than it is like when you're driving, which is why I don't drive. So like having no depth perception, the choices that I make in makeup are like I constantly get, I love the mineralized, like these type things. I don't, and cream ones help a lot too. Like I have a bright color, but it's in like a cream, so I can feel it and I can actually, you know, feel, alright, this is how much I'm putting on, and it's, I feel like I have more control with this than I do with a powder for some reason, because I can physically like feel it. I can like, alright, that's how much I'm putting on. It's just a lot easier with like creams and stuff like that. Powders just scare the crap out of me because I really have to use a light hand with it, and it's just like that's really it. Like I had to roughly train myself on how to put on makeup. I had to train myself to do a lot of things, like walk upstairs without tripping. Like everyone just like, oh, she's clumsy. Half the times if I bump into something, it's due to my depth perception. But with dealing with like makeup and stuff like that, it's basically like that's what I have to do. But you guys really should have seen back when I was like 14, 15. My eyeliner was atrocious because I just put on so much of it because I was just like trying to get it, and I'd screw up and I just kept going and going and going. It was just horrible. When I finally taught myself how to deal with putting on makeup with like, it was just, oh man. Like, when I first started playing with blush, I looked like a clown. I didn't leave the house looking like that, but like when I tried to like teach myself how to put on blush, I was like, alright, I can't do this. I went through so many blushes. I had like the CoverGirl ones, and I was like, I can't deal with these. I had the Wet n Wild ones. I just couldn't deal with it because it was so powdery, and I would just put on so much. Finally, once I found these, I was all set, which I think Milani makes some of these, and these are like the MAC mineralized skin finishes, so I might try to pick up a couple of those because they work for me. Whew, that was a lot. You guys are probably like, what? But yeah, basically that's what it's like to be me and have no depth perception. And you guys, if you were like, if you knew me in real life or like in person, you would see that like I'm such a klutz. When me and Meg go places, she's like, steps, and like I'll notice it, but if I'm like oblivious to it, like if it's like a little step like this much and we're at like a concert venue and it's like one step, I'll trip and she'll be like, step, so I'll know that it's coming. But basically that's what it means beauty related, is I have to kind of just stay away from powders, I guess. But yeah, I hope this video kind of helps you guys out. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and yeah. If you guys have any comments or anything or any questions, you can comment below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and more in depth into me and my rambles and all of that stuff. And if you're not already subscribed to Kelsey, you should, because she's amazing. Like, I adore her. I look forward to her videos so much. She's just honest and awesome, and that's what I dig about her. So if you guys want to know what it's like to be a makeup junkie and colorblind, you should go follow her, because she's pretty awesome. But yeah, I hope to see you guys soon, and yeah, bye.